What is the difference between a civil partnership and marriage?
There's not much difference between them legally. They basically get the same rights. Some of the rights can include anything to do with like property, like children rights, succession rights, or when you die, if your partner dies, they can receive their estate. Because they both owe each other a financial duty, so married people owe that, civil partners owe that. The main differences are probably more to do with formalities. Like if you want to end a civil partnership, you can't end on grounds of adultery, whereas you can for obviously married people. So there's a few things like that are different, but generally they get the same rights. It's just the name that's different.
So the new law of gay marriage came out on the 29th of March. What do you think about the whole new law changing?
I think it should have been happened as soon as equal rights came about. It shouldn't be in law, it should be a thing that's already happened. So I'm thankful, but at the same time I'm a bit fed up that there has to be a law coming out to say that we have to do. Like, it's always a straight person or a straight group of people in law saying, yes, well, you can do this, but you can't do this yet. So there wasn't true equality until this new law came out.
I think it's good that it finally came in then. I mean, it could have come in a long time ago, really, realistically, but then, yeah, I'm glad that it's happened now.
Oh, I think it's the 21st century now. I think anything goes. So that's to look at anybody and everybody. If you want to make a life for yourselves, whatever the gender, I would say that good luck, and I hope it works out for them. That's my philosophy of life anyhow.
It's great advancement. There's still a long way to go, but gay marriage laws changing is absolutely fantastic.
I think it's exactly the same as sort of any marriage. For me, it's very much like if you're in love, it shouldn't matter whether you're gay or straight. It's about the love.
I think it's a good thing.
It's definitely
the same as anybody getting married.
It's been a long time coming. Yeah. It should have happened years ago, in my opinion.
I think it's a great step forward, definitely. At first I was a bit like, marriage is quite traditional and that, so I can understand people being a bit awkward about it, but there's so much equality movement. I think it's a really, really good step forward. Lots of places, even in America, have obviously gay people allowed to marry. It's just a basic human right. So.
Well, I'm a great believer in equality, and I think it was probably about time that this actually happened, because if you think about it, married couples get a lot more rights than not married couples. So actually, it would make it made to me perfect sense to allow gay people to marry, because it just puts everybody on an even playing field. I mean, if you think about it, just under 50 years ago, homosexuality was legalised. I mean, before that, you would have been thrown in jail for it. So, for me, I think it's absolutely excellent step forward. And then from a political point of view, I mean, people will criticise Cameron or criticise Clegg, but actually, if the coalition government's done one good thing, it's actually introducing the gay marriage bill. Even if it has divided the Conservative Party a bit, it is at least a step forward from that kind of perspective.
I think it's a bit too late, and it's not really the law that we need right now, because it's still unequal for trans people, and they're still messing with the civil partnerships law. Like, there's a bill that's going through right now that is trying to force everyone who has a civil partnership to convert that into a marriage, as far as I'm aware. And obviously that's not right, because some people would prefer a civil partnership. And as far as the law for trans people goes, there's still a thing that exists called the spousal veto, which is where if a trans person transitions after they've been married already, so a heterosexual marriage, and then they transition so it becomes a same-sex marriage, their spouse has permission to deny them a transition. That's the spousal veto. So if they say, I want to transition, their spouse can say, well, you can't. And if they want a transition, they have to get a divorce and then go back through it, I think.
Yeah, that sounds quite complicated.
Yeah, it's really not right, and it's because they don't have it in the Scottish version of gay marriage because the Stonewall, the LGBT group, boycotted it basically, and they didn't bother to do that here, and that's really sad, and not very many people are aware of it, and it's not equal marriage yet, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
What about the civil partnerships?
I think that was like the 2000 to 2010, like saying, we'll give you some rights, but we're not going to give you all the rights. See, civil partnership's good if it was open to both gay, lesbians, and straights. That's not so offensive, but it's the way I can describe it.
So basically, David Sylvester from UKIP blamed the bad weather on the new law of gay marriage. What do you think about that?
People like that either need to get out of power or die. Let's be honest. It sounds really harsh, but it's stupid. It's just like, in the 21st century, no bad weather is due to airflow and currents from the North and South Pole, and also to do with sunlight and certain temperatures on water. That's what affects the weather in all countries. It's not because of gays. Otherwise, do you think Greece that we know it today would still be alive or above water?
I kind of like it when really anti-gay people say stuff like that because it makes them look ridiculous and it loses them followers among slightly more sensible people, and so it's kind of a good thing that he's made a fool of himself, but it's never really nice to be blamed for bad weather. I'm not Hurricane Katrina.
I think it's hilarious. He's absolutely insane. Like to say that like gay people and gay rights is like causing floods and causing bad weather and whatever else it can cause is mental. Like I don't walk down the street and go, ooh, flood. Or I don't walk down the street and be like, hi Sky, I'm gay, rain on me, or like electrocute my head or something. I don't know. Like I think it's mental to suggest that.
I think it was highly inappropriate. It was also a very bad time because, as you know, if anybody who follows politics will know that UKIP have been putting their foot in it, especially other members such as Godfrey Bloom on obviously different matters. But it was a very stupid thing to say because everybody knows that's not true. It was, you can't blame that sort of thing for what is natural. We can't choose what the weather's going to be like, and you can't blame on anything. It's just the way it is. And to say such a thing is, puts his party into disrepute to some extent as well.
Now, the reality is, everybody can have a view. I know that we had a meeting and 3 of my members of my committee are very religious, and they expressed the view that they agreed with him. And I said, okay, that's your right to agree with him. That's a free country. And I said, but in reality, we don't think that. But that's why Nigel suspended him from the party.
Do you think the religious people have the right to not accept marrying gay people?
It's a difficult one, I think. It's hard when the religion doesn't permit it. I mean, if you are a devout follower of religion and it doesn't happen to permit it, I know in Islam, for example, it's forbidden. It is very difficult, but then it does also beg the question whether people are hiding behind religion to express their own personal views or not. But again, it is just a difficult one. It's too hard to call.
We're not so much against the partnership of homosexuals because that's a good thing, and the party actually supported the civil partnership, and that's a good thing. They should have equal rights where it's important, where it's concerning inheritance and so on. However, the downside to that is we're worried that the Human Rights Act will be brought in and forcing churches to marry gay folk.
If some religious person doesn't agree with gay marriage, why would you want to get married in their place? You shouldn't. I don't think that's right. Like, if I went to a church and this person was like, no, you can't get married because you're gay, I'd be like, well, go away then. I'm not interested. Like, I'll go somewhere else that's more accepting and more friendly and more with the times. There's no point in going somewhere that's not interested in you.
If you say a pastor can refuse service to someone, you would never say, oh, this surgeon can refuse to operate on someone because they're gay and it's against their religious belief to save this person's life. And no, I think it's a really slippery slope, and we shouldn't let anyone do that, because it is discrimination.
If you're forcing some poor old 50-year-old vicar to marry them against his will, I find that oppressive. And if you're going to put him in jail because he won't, I find that incredibly oppressive. Okay, so that's our objection. As Nigel said, it's opening up a can of worms, which if you can control that can of worms, great, but you normally can't.
Now that the option is open to you, would you ever consider getting married?
I feel more pressure now to get married, even though it's like a brand new thing. Like, I don't have a teen climb up to produce kids or anything, but it's like, oh my god, I now need to find someone to settle down, get married, and have the family type thing.
At the moment, I'm like horrendously single, so not at the moment. But in the future, yeah, definitely would. Like, I think it's nice to get married, isn't it? Because you're like committing yourself to someone, and it's a nice way to kind of make the relationship official. I don't know much about the gay weddings at the moment and how they work and everything. I don't know how it's different from normal weddings, like in who gives who away and stuff. But no, it'd be quite fun to find out about all that and plan everything. And I think I'd get really into planning it.
I'm the organiser of the Gay Wedding Show, so I'm bringing the show to the first time to Leeds, Blackpool, Glasgow, Newcastle. The show will still continue, it's 11 years old, it will still continue in London, Brighton, Cardiff and Manchester, and I'm organising the Manchester show as well this year.
Have you done events like this before?
This is our first gay wedding show, which we're quite excited about. Because I think this is the first time it's come to Leeds, so always it's been in Manchester or London. So yeah, we've done lots of wedding shows where we've met lots of gay couples, but it's nice to have a specific wedding show for that, really.
So, have you done wedding shows before?
Oh yeah. This is second one in a month. We did one 4 weeks ago at Ellen Road. It is our first gay wedding show, but there's no real difference. You're just making people happy, providing the service they want on the day.
Have you done these kind of events before?
We've done a couple of wedding fairs before. This is about our fourth one now. Yes. We're still quite new to it. This so far it's the nicest setup, isn't it? That we've seen of all the ones we've been to so far.
What is your business about?
Basically, we do any wedding stationery to suit any couple. So whatever the theme, whatever the colours, style, whether they're getting married abroad, anything they want, we say just tell us. We'll sit and have a consultation, and we'll design something specifically to you. So we do everything from save the dates right through to thank you cards, table plans, place names, everything really. Everything's available in the couple's own choice of colours. So we have a set range, if they want any colour changes, any font changes, anything like that. Basically, we do the lot, whatever they want.
Well, we provide a wedding dressing service, coordinated from your stationery through to the actual venue, ceremony rooms. So fabric wear, floristry, anything bar, the actual dresses and catering and cars, we like to put together as a package.
Do you think there's a difference between a normal wedding show and a gay wedding show?
No, not at all. Apart from, I think the other shows are a bit more tailored towards a bride and groom, whereas I think it's just a bit more relaxed. It's a bit more. I think if I was a gay couple, I'd be more comfortable knowing that you come into suppliers that are gay friendly suppliers that are used to sort of dealing in sort of civil partnerships and the ceremonies, that kind of thing. But other than that, I think they're pretty much the same.
Do you think this event has been a success so far?
Yes, on resounding success, based on not based on me as organiser, based on what the exhibitors are telling me and what the visitors are actually saying. There has been bookings for the exhibitor, several of the bookings on the day. They found that the visitors have been very friendly, very relaxed with them. The whole thing is a lot friendlier, a lot more of a buzz about it than a traditional wedding fair, which is what we wanted, and we've succeeded on that.
Marriage, the meaning of marriage, when two people love each other and they want to celebrate their life in a commitment.
It's just another step of commitment, and it's actually that show of unity, that you're a unit.
It's finding someone that you're compatible with, as it were, that you have not necessarily everything in common, but you have a sort of a bit of a gel, as it were.
It's nice to get married, isn't it? Because you're like committing yourself to someone, and it's a nice way to kind of make the relationship official.
It's a commitment between two people, showing in the eyes of all your friends and family that you love each other and want to spend the rest of your lives with each other.
For me, it's very much like if you're in love.
It's about two people loving each other.
Staying married.
It means that you're going to legally bet your best friend half of everything you own that you're going to love each other forever, and if it turns out you don't, you lose all your stuff in court.
Make the right choice at the start and stick with it.
For me, is very simple. It's very much a case of a union between two people. It doesn't have to be a man or a woman. It doesn't have to be any other config. It can be any configuration of people, whether it be two men, two women, that sort of thing. I think it's kind of what it says on the tin in a way, just a straightforward, official union between two people, which is, legally binding and everything like that.
First picture then, lean forward, tongues out, tongues out, tongues out. Brilliant, right, give me jazz hands, give me jazz hands, give me jazz hands, hold it, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant, right, scared of the ghost, oh my God, it's a ghost, hold it, brilliant. Right, blow me a kiss into that camera, hold it, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant.
That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.